Hi everyone, Shanti here. I'm one of the senior IP brokers here at V4 Now. Today we're going to talk real simple, 3 simple steps, easy peasy, 3 steps to having the fastest IPv4 transfer possible. Fast IPv4 transfers, fast block transfers are really important to us here at V4 Now. We pride ourselves on doing our utmost best to make sure that everyone involved, buyer, seller, escrow, APNIC, we do our best to make sure that everyone is ready to go. We have a great relationship with APNIC. We talk regularly to people there to make sure that we're doing the best that we can as brokers to make sure that you guys get the fastest sale. We talk to our sellers and we talk to our buyers and we make sure that they're ready and they've got everything they need to do. We want to make sure that everyone has the best experience possible. Now, some people have asked me, why is this so important to you? Why is it so important that we have fast IPv4 transfers? It's not like they're running away somewhere. Well, no, and that's, I can go into a whole detail about that, and I will in another video, but, to me, it's just it's hard enough to get access to IPv4 at the moment. You don't need a long, drawn-out process making things even more difficult. For us, it's just really important. So I thought I'd just jump on real quick and give 3 simple steps and 1 bonus one to get you the fastest transfer possible. Now, if you are a buyer or a seller of IPv4, listen in, I've got both of them, right? Because it's really not that different, I promise. So number 1, you have to have proper access to your APNIC or RIR account. So you will have a portal that you log into for your RIR. For APNIC members, that's myapnic.net, and that literally gets you access to your IP addressing, your ASN, all that sort of stuff, the details about your account with APNIC. Now, other RIRs will have different accounts, and that's fine. So you need to make sure that you have administrator access or enough to click the OK button when it says transfer the range. But then that's from the seller side. From the buyer side, you need to be able to accept the range. So that's literally, we're accepting this. Now, for some companies or ISPs, that means that you need to have 2 people, right? You might not have double authorization. So you need to make sure that you're both ready and able, or just the one of you, whoever has access, you need to make sure that you're ready and able to hit the approve button as soon as possible, okay? Real simple, have proper access to APNIC. I don't know, when I first started doing IP address brokering, this was one of the big things that came up. The first couple of transactions, people didn't have the right access. I was wondering what was going on. It's something that you learn, but pretty quickly I realized how important that is, right? And we think that that's straightforward, but it's not. I thought everyone would know that, but they don't. Never mind. Make sure you've got access, right? The next thing is make sure you have the funds or the IP block ready to go, right? You need to make sure that you have the funds ready to transfer if you're the buyer. Or if you're the seller, you need to make sure that the IP block is ready to go. That means it's not announced. That means it's as clean as you can get it. And there are other ways of cleaning address blocks. And if you're getting it ready for sale, you can always contact me. My contact details will be in the link below. And we can help you clean them. There are services out there on the net. So you need to make sure that you've done that to the best of your ability to make sure that it's best positioned to be sold. Now, it needs to be unannounced. That is really, really important. It's really bad form, and it's really not okay for sellers to announce IP blocks that are no longer theirs. You know, there are a whole stack of reasons why it's not okay, but point being, make sure the ranges are not being announced. If you want to sell them, you don't need them anyway. You don't need them announced to the World BGP tables, so you need to make sure that they're stop being announced by yourself and your upstreams. The third one, see, we're getting through this real quick, right? The third point, you need to make sure that you have a good escrow.com account. V4 Now, we use escrow.com to do like 99.99% of our transactions, right? So, and for the most part, this is the best way to do international transactions. The guys at escrow.com, I have a really good relationship with them. They're really, really nice to deal with. So please make sure that you log in and get together your correct escrow.com account. That'll mean, checks to make sure that you are they have their standard money laundering checks. They do all of the escrow things. So we need to make sure that you have your escrow account before starting the transaction. It just makes everything so much simpler, because it can actually take quite some time to get that going. Now, I know I promised you a bonus. So the bonus point for those cheap seats at the back. Bonus point to get you ready for the fastest IPv4 transfer. You've got to have the ability within your company to push paperwork through quickly. Okay, so the reason I thought I would add this in at the end as a bonus is your company procedures really have nothing to do with us. And for the most part, I try to keep straight out of all company politics. I hate company politics at the best of times. I quite like having a small company where I don't have to worry about that so much. So I guess, but I am very mindful, and I've worked in big companies before, and I'm very mindful of the fact that there are plenty of politics and paperwork, and different people have to sign different things off. And as a policy, we try and make sure that we have as minimal amount as paperwork and legal documents and everything as possible, because it's annoying to have overload of paperwork. We're talking about IP addresses on the internet, and it's 2018. We don't actually need a lot of paperwork for that. So for us, it's actually really important that we minimize the barriers to this. So if you are in a big company, and I know a lot of our buyers and sellers come from really big companies, we try and enable them as much as possible, and we try and encourage them as much as we can to make sure that they have the ability within their company to push whatever paperwork, whatever bureaucracy they need to do to get this done quickly. Now, you're going to tell me, oh, we have standard procedures and I can't change that, and that's just the way it's going to be. So a couple pointers. I know a lot of buyers that get pre-approval before they even talk to me, right? They get pre-approval for X amount of money that they can spend before they even need to worry about talking to me, which is really good to know, because then I can find them a seller that's willing to work within that, or as best I can. I can find them a seller that's willing to work within that allocated amount, because that ensures that the transaction is going to be as fast as possible, right? Some sellers will value a faster sale over one that's going to take a little bit longer, and maybe get them a little bit more money in the bank. So it's kind of up to each individual transaction. you don't want to be stuck when you're at a place in your business where you really need to grow. You've got clients requiring, or more sites requiring more IPv4 addressing. You've got networking guys breathing down your neck going, I need to expand the network. You don't want to be in the position where a bunch of paperwork and a couple of people that haven't signed the right documentation. You don't want to be in that place where that is the thing that's holding up the growth for your company. And I do my best to help everyone that comes to me and that either wants to buy or sell IPv4, and do whatever I can to give them whatever they need within their company to get that done. However, for the most part, I've known companies will get pre-approval for a certain allotment of money to do that particular transfer. The other thing that I found quite interesting is a lot of the tech guys or tech people that want to sell IPv4 in their larger company, they make a deal with the accounts team or whoever it is, and they say, look, we've got these resources that we're not using and we want to sell them. Can we work out a deal where we sell them, and then most or all of the funds that we raise from that sale actually comes back into our budget. Now that's a great way to increase your budget for that year, that quarter, whatever it works out to you for. But it's actually a really good way to be able to expand your business, your network, the way you want to with the funds from that transfer. But also because you're treating the sale in a certain way, maybe it helps with the paperwork. Who knows? I guess my point is there are plenty of creative ways, and have a chat with me, maybe I can help. There are plenty of creative ways where companies can kind of like maneuver and get these transfers happening as fast as possible. So reach out to me. Maybe I can help, maybe I can't. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. If you need to buy or sell IPv4, I'm your person. My name is Shanti and I'm from V4 Now, and I look forward to working with you. We're the only broker in Australia, so it's really cool. We get to have great relationships with all of our buyers and sellers, and it's a real pleasure to be here and serve you guys. So reach out, talk to me. I'm right here, always. Bye.